Well, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to say hi in the chat, you are absolutely welcome to send me a message and let me know that you're here. I hope that all of you guys had an absolutely fantastic Christmas and New Year. I had a very untraditional one. I actually went over and spent some time with a girlfriend on the island and had so much fun and got to do a Spanish Christmas with my sister on Christmas Eve and her family because she married a lovely guy from El Salvador, which is very cool. So it is now the new year, 2024. What are all of you guys doing for 2024? Did you create goals or New Year's resolutions or make a plan for your new year and what you'd like to do? I I absolutely have a plan. I've always created a 5-year plan, and I definitely have some goals and some things that I would like to accomplish. Now, for all of you guys who signed up for this, I know that you got a fantastic workbook. And one of the secret keys that makes this workbook so incredibly fantastic is that you actually get to learn how to self communicate. And that enables you to actually be able to communicate with yourself, to create a plan that's unique to you, instead of allowing an authority to dictate a cookie cutter plan to you. You get to actually design and plan what kind of food and nutrition and exercise and all of the rest of that is right for you. So if you find that you're going through this workbook and you've watched the videos and you have questions, you are absolutely welcome to book a call with me and to talk to me about what it is that you're struggling with. You can also message me on the social media platform that you found me on, and I am absolutely happy to support you because I want you all to know that I'm here with love to serve you, to see you thrive. That's why I created this workbook. That's why I created the program that I'm going to introduce to you today. I want to flood this earth with love. I want to help people create a beautiful, unconditionally loving relationship with themselves. So take advantage of that beautiful workbook for New Year's to take maybe the goals, the resolutions that you created for yourself for 2024 and make them a reality. Because the only thing that's going to slow you down is you. And if you have the right systems, tools, and processes, you can succeed. Now, the next level scenario to that is actually getting a cheerleader that can help you, hold you accountable, guide you with love, help you get past the roadblocks that are blocking you from creating success. That way, when you have those moments where you maybe want to give up, you've got somebody that's going to cheerlead you to keep going. And I'm going to let you guys know I have those moments too. And I have my cheerleaders that love and believe in me and support me on my path to flood this earth with love. So, without further ado, I would really love to be able to introduce you to my beautiful program. Now, there aren't a lot of people here right now, and I need to do something really quick because I just realized I need to do a quick swap of my presentation. So while we're waiting for people to show up, I'm going to do a quick swap and then we'll get into it. If you're joining me, feel free to say hello and let me know where you're joining from. And I'm absolutely happy to say hello to you. I also want to let you know that you can absolutely, you can send me a message, and after this is done, you can message and you can ask me any questions that you have, and I will be happy to answer them, okay? And also to give you a heads up, I'm not going to be doing a pitch at the end of this, okay? I am going to be setting things up so that when this call is done, if you find yourself being in a position where you want to have a conversation with me, you absolutely can. and you can just book a call with me, and we'll have a conversation, and I will answer any questions that you have. So let me see if I can quickly swap this out. Give me a moment, and we're going to see if we can do a quick swap. You guys are going to see this, but it's all good. I had so much going on today, of course. It's there's always got to be like one or two things that you miss. I'm actually doing this live for the first time too, so now I know you can actually swap presentations live, which is great. I'm incredibly grateful for that. So it's just loading right now, guys. Feel free to say hi. Let me know where you're from when you join. I am absolutely happy to say hi back. You can let me know where you're joining from too. We're broadcasting to a few different channels at the moment. I'm using a really beautiful platform called Restream. If you guys have never heard of it, it's a great platform which allows for you to be able to broadcast to multiple platforms from one and have all of the things that you need essentially in one place, which is really, really great. I hope you guys all had an absolutely incredible holiday, and I hope you guys are feeling hopeful and excited for the new year. I'm actually just about to go to Mexico and Panama. I'm actually leaving in like a week, which is really crazy. I planned this trip back in I think it was July. I first conceptualized this whole idea, and then we booked it all back in October, and I'm incredibly excited about this because Scotty's been my guy. Scotty, for those of you guys who don't know, has been obsessed with Panama for some reason, and it's been so fascinating because he's never been. It's the first time that he's ever been to Panama. And yet, for some reason, he's always been absolutely obsessed with this place. And he doesn't know why. I don't know why. He doesn't know why, but he's going to finally get to go there for the first time to discover why it is that he's so obsessed with this particular place. And it'll be a lot of fun. I've never been to Mexico either, so it'll actually be my first time. And I know for a lot of the people in North America, it's a very typical place to go on a trip. Everybody goes to Mexico. They go down south, right? But I've never been. I've been to Hawaii. I've been to Thailand. But I've never made my way to Mexico. So I'm really looking forward to having the opportunity to see it. And I had a girlfriend who actually moved down there as well. And she's currently living in Playa del Carmen, literally incredibly close to where we're going to be staying at the resort. So we're actually going to get an opportunity to hang out for the first time in 7 years, because she left Canada 7 years ago and started traveling. So it's really, really exciting to have an opportunity to hang out with her and to get to see the ancient ruins. I'm really excited to swim in a cenote. That's kind of my big excitement. This is taking so incredibly long. Is it going to process? Oh, look at that. It's processing. So I can present it, but it's going to process it live. Cool. Then we're going to pull me back up while it's actually processing so that you can see me. This is definitely the last time that I throw a presentation in while I'm live, because it's taking a while. But as soon as it is done, we will throw it up for everybody to see. And I am obviously getting comfortable. So why don't I give you guys a little bit of a tip while we're waiting for this beautiful presentation to load for me. So when you are working to make those New Year's resolutions a thing. You're going to be hit with roadblocks, with challenges, with what I call tripwires. And when you're hit with that, what is it that is going to keep you dedicated to that path? How do you bust through those roadblocks, those tripwires, those challenges? The best way to do that is to go through a process that I like to call this is love. And this process allows for you to be able to honor the emotions, to be able to process things, and to be able to keep going, understanding that everything is a learning process, that everything happens for a reason. So the first thing that you do when something happens that creates a lot of emotion or a roadblock is you understand that the person or the situation is actually showing up to prepare you for the thing that you want, is showing up to teach you something. And that's something that's really, really important to honor and look at. And the next thing that you want to do is learn or think about essentially how you can respond to the situation that is coming up with love. And the next thing you want to do is ask yourself, what do I want to do for myself from a place of self-love? And that means either removing yourself from the situation, maybe having a friendectomy or ending a relationship, or it might be creating some boundaries within that relationship. And then you want to be asking yourself, how did this happen for me? What can I learn from this? Because if you do the same thing over and over again, you're basically just going to get the same results. So if you think about the process of trying to create your goals as a scientist or an inventor, and you're really like removing the emotion from it, then you can literally analyze the situation and the outcome and then pivot and do it again, right? If inventors and scientists were constantly getting emotionally involved in the outcomes that they were creating, and they got emotional every time and they felt like they were a failure and they quit, then nothing would ever get done. So what if you were to think about this whole adventure as a process where you actually analyze, you hold space for your emotions, and then you analyze it and figure out how you're going to pivot to then create the outcome that you're desiring, right? This is what it is to be a business owner and an entrepreneur and a professional. You've got goals. There's things that you want to accomplish in your life. And if you want to accomplish those things in your life, it's important to be able to receive feedback and see situations and people that you're in relationships with and learn how to navigate them in a high vibration way. Because if you navigate these situations in a low vibration way and you dissolve relationships in a negative way, then essentially you're leaving a trail behind you of mess. And that is creating a reputation for you, right? Which is why it's really important to always be responding to things from a place of love. When you learn how to do that, then you're going to be leaving relationships that maybe weren't a fit anymore, whether it's professional or personal, behind, but there isn't the bitter feelings and everything along that are associated with it. So if anybody was to reach out to that person to ask, what kind of a person you are, what kind of a professional you are, or whatever, they'll be able to say, we didn't necessarily work together very well. It wasn't a fit for us. However, at the same time, she's a really good person or he's a really good person and is very ethical. And I would absolutely recommend that you work with this person because they're phenomenal and very, very upstanding. So always allow and think about using love as your guide in what it is that you're doing. Now, this presentation is just going to keep going forever and ever and ever. So you know what we're going to do? We're just going to wing it because it's just going to process forever and it's not going to let me play. So we're just going to start, and I'm going to do it without the presentation, and we will maybe next week. Next week, I'm going to be doing this again, and I will have the presentation up. So for those of you who are joining me, you're just going to get to listen to the brilliant story as opposed to getting to see it, unless, of course, it finally processes and I can get it to play. So I would like to let you know essentially who I am. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Harmony Whittington. I teach professionals and entrepreneurs how to dismantle society and create a life in service of themselves. I am here to flood the earth with love. I am a professional who has been working for a decade with professionals and entrepreneurs in helping them to do exactly this. I am a best-selling author on a book that is just behind me called Create a Healthy Romantic Relationship. That book published January 2022, and it became a bestseller on Amazon internationally within 24 hours. I am dedicated to unlocking the potential in individuals and in organizations. That is my main motivator in seeing you empowered and thrive. I created a unique program over a decade of working with clients that is an amalgamation of holistic, practical work and also scientific research as well. It is an effective method that creates holistic, lasting change in you and the clients that I have worked with. I am passionate in helping people to become powerful, influential leaders and to be able to step into alignment with their true life purpose. I also work with individuals and corporations that are struggling to strive in their careers and need support. I serve high-level professionals that have bought and sold many, many businesses and are in a position where they're burdened with things that they want to release, but they don't know who they can confide in or trust. Before I get into what my program is about, I want to ask you a question. Are you a business owner or a professional who started with a burning passion to serve others, and you know that you're doing what you love? But lately you feel like the freedom that you had, the flexibility that you were dreaming of is slipping away, and you don't know how to expand and grow and get that flexibility back? Are you working so hard to get to where you're at and finding your personal life slipping and not knowing how to maintain your professional and your personal life with success? Are you finding that these relationships of yours are slipping away, and maybe you're getting divorced? Maybe there's been a trail of relationships that have ended behind you and you don't know how to establish something new that's going to support your professional life and what you've done. I completely and totally respect where you're coming from. I want to set you up for success. In working with me, you'll be able to say goodbye to wanting to change and feeling lost, not knowing how. Burning inside with this heavy burden that keeps you doing the same thing, self-sabotaging over and over again, not knowing how to make it stop. Feeling lost and like your mind is an adversary as opposed to an ally, something you can work with. Feeling empty because you don't truly know your life's purpose. Maybe you're doing something that brings you a lot of money, fills your bank account, but it's not feeding your soul. Feeling drained from constantly trying to maintain a facade of perfection so people won't see the imperfection deeper within. Being stuck and unhappy in a relationship or possibly multiple relationships that just keep falling apart, not knowing how to create a solid foundation for something that'll thrive. Being lost in stress and anxiety, draining your energy, limiting your potential. Now, who is this for? I'd like to help you to understand who this is for. Oh, look at that. It finally loaded. We're going to skip ahead to where we're currently at. There we go. Beautiful. So, this is for business owners, whether you are new to the game or you're a seasoned professional who's bought and sold many businesses. I've worked with both. If you're looking to thrive in your career or possibly to pivot and change directions, I'm here to support you. This is also for high level executives in the C suite, being that these people in these positions can feel very, very isolated and not know who to trust. Today, I'm going to share with you how you can deal with the hidden costs of professional success and how it impacts your life. You no longer need to sacrifice your business and your personal relationships to achieve success. How to overcome the conflict and struggles that you're having in your personal life and create relationships that thrive in all aspects. Learn how to add practical tools to reduce stress, heal emotional wounds, and create inner peace that money and success don't bring. You're also going to learn the neural pathway recalibration process. This is an intricate process. Turn synaptic pruning or neurosynaptic refinement involves two different key mechanisms: neurogenesis and synaptic elimination. This is a part of the program. I have helped so many people in many different walks of life. Now, these are a few of the people that I have helped: business owners, trades business owners, professionals who desire to start a business, first responders, nurses, government workers, film professionals. There's a lot of them here in Vancouver. Psychologists, professionals in corporations, international airline pilots, insurance agents, high-level business owners who have started and sold many multi-million-dollar companies, venture capitalists, health professionals such as pharmacologists, HR professionals, professional recruitment specialists, people who work in the trades or in the mining industry, bankers, mortgage brokers, real estate agents, accountants, and so much more. Now, before we get into my program, I'd like to introduce a few people that I have had the pleasure to work with. First is Allison. She is a beautiful, beautiful client that I had the pleasure to support. She is a talented woman who found herself in a career in cybersecurity, not a path that she chose, but more one that she stumbled upon. As she stepped into the office each day, she found those fluorescent lights just sucking the soul out of her. She had always wanted to create a difference in young women's lives, and yet the corporate career that she was in, just obviously cybersecurity, didn't allow for her to be able to pursue that. Feeling completely lost and overwhelmed, and also struggling in her personal life romantically, she sought answers and she did all sorts of workshops and read books and tried everything she could. School of YouTube. I mean, there's lots you can learn on School of YouTube, right? And yet she didn't get anywhere. None of it was giving her the resolution that she was seeking. And then she was on the phone with one of her girlfriends one day, and she said to her, I had actually had a friend of mine refer Harmony, and she has changed my life. And I'm thinking that maybe you should have a chat with her because I think you're right to have a conversation with her to change your life. And she did. She reached out to me and she committed to working with me. And she was able to step through walking, looking at all aspects of her life, to be able to reframe her societal programming, to be able to see a path stepping into that beautiful dream that she had for herself. She was able to develop the confidence to grow her wings and literally jump off the cliff and soar because she believed in her ability to be able to create what she wanted to create. And she did become a coach. And she's actually been educating in the corporate space since. Let me also mention she got herself a beautiful man in her life that is very stable and supports her entrepreneurial journey and her dreams. So she was able to create a beautiful life in service of herself and others that now makes her soul sing, which is why you're seeing that beautiful picture of that genuine, gorgeous smile. That is her after working with me. She didn't have that gold smile before. And I am blessed to have her as one of my beautiful, beautiful success stories. Now let's share another one, shall we? This is my goddess, Jessie. She came to me after heartbreak. She was dealing with trauma from her childhood. She had a very tumultuous career that was really struggling. The main pain point at the time was the heartbreak. And I was again able to walk her through a process, dismantling society's programming, dismantling the programming of her culture. And to truly, for the first time, I remember when I asked her the first time that I talked to her, what do you want? Because she was telling me about everybody else in her life and what they wanted for her. But she actually admitted to me that she had never asked herself what she wanted to do with her life. And I was able to hold that space for her to be able to do so. And in working with me, she started painting on canvas, doing acrylics. And she had a beautiful exhibit that was hugely supported. And she sold a bunch of her work. She created a beautiful, successful romantic relationship. She actually got a dream job where she felt like she was being paid to play. She started a nonprofit that was actually supporting people from her culture, young women who had stories to tell of hardship that they had been through. She became a powerhouse and a beacon of strength and power. She has since won awards in her career for the work that she's done, in the contributions she's made. And she still walks the path of expansion consistently. I had a session with her just recently, supporting her, continuing on her expansion path. She is a beautiful example of what happens when you're given the space to dismantle everything and create a beautiful life in service of yourself. This beautiful young man works for the Canadian government. When he first came to me, he was holding on to a lot of childhood trauma, mostly stemming from his relationship with his grandmother. And it was absolutely causing him to make a mess of his world, his career. And he was struggling, not knowing how to heal and reconcile those past relationships that he had that was causing him to self-sabotage. Now, he is a brilliant, brilliant mind. One of the most brilliant minds that I've ever had the pleasure to work with. And every time that we had a session, I'm telling you, I learned just as much as he did, because his knowledge of history and culture is so vast. He blows my mind. He's actually utilizing that knowledge in reconciliation efforts with First Nations here. And it's so beautiful. And in being able to dismantle everything and to be able to step into his power, to learn powerful skills that support him in his career, he's actually been able to cause awareness of the executive directors, and they can see his brilliance, his assets, and doors are being opened for him in his career that he didn't have before. He is thriving in his career, and he knows that he has me in his back pocket anytime he wants to turn to an executive coach. And he now sees a bright, powerful future in the Canadian government. Let's make this the future prime minister. OMG, would he be amazing? I'm just saying, I would love to see one of my clients as the prime minister. A girl can dream. So, how did these people change their lives? Well, first of all, they said yes, and they invested in themselves. So, how about we dive into the program, what it was that actually helped them to change their lives? Now, this is the energy integration system. This is my baby. It is a groundbreaking transformative process that merges powerful modalities such as hypnotherapy, energy healing, and cutting edge neuroscientific techniques. This holistic approach facilitates profound shifts and lasting change by harmoniously integrating the mind, body, and energy. Through EIS, you can embark on a journey of self discovery and empowerment, gaining a deep understanding of intricate connections of your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. And let's not forget energetic patterns because we are vibrating energy at our core. By addressing these aspects in unison, EIS unlocks the potential for holistic transformation. Furthermore, EIS incorporates cutting edge neuroscientific techniques that leverage the brain's plasticity and capacity for change. These techniques help rewire the neural pathways, promoting new thought patterns, emotional resilience, and empowering behavior. Within this is the neural pathway recalibration process. The brain's remarkable capacity for neuroplasticity enables the creation of a novel neural pathway while facilitating the fading of obsolete ones. This intricate process, termed synaptic pruning or neural synaptic refinement, involves two key mechanisms: neurogenesis and synaptic neurogenesis. The genesis of neural connections is initiated through the focus of cognitive activities and deliberate mental exercises. This process involves the sprouting of the dendritic spines of the formation of a fresh synapses, fostering the development of innovative pathways. Synaptic elimination is the second one. Simultaneously, synaptic pruning oversees the dilution of outdated or underutilized connections. This meticulously orchestrated process, driven by neural activity and experience, involves a selective removal of unnecessary synapses, allowing for streamlined and optimized neural networks. Through this neurobiological mechanism, the brain effectively reconfigures its circuitry, prioritizing newer, more relevant pathways while diminishing the prominence of outdated ones. This intricate dance of neuroplasticity underscores the brain's adaptability, enabling professionals such as me to harness this phenomenon for advanced cognitive ability, problem solving, and skill acquisition. If you want to have better relationships with friends, family, and loved ones, you want to create stronger and a healthier body, or strengthen your romantic relationship, start a new business, or change your career, or to thrive in your career. If you want to create beautiful, loving relationship with yourself, which is the most important relationship that you can have, or explore spirituality on another level. Maybe you're on a spiritual journey, or you have the desire to create a whole new life plan. You just want to change everything. This program is what you've been seeking. Now, let's dig into the 7 elements of this program. Are you feeling drained and lacking energy to excel in your professional endeavors? Are you struggling with health issues and long to be healthy again? Are you carrying extra weight and you'd like to release it, but no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to make it happen? Let me tell you more in a second. Gotta clear the throat. The relentless demands of your career and your personal life might be taking a toll on your physical well-being. Fatigue, lack of focus, and the general sense of depletion might hinder your productivity and success. This is where the physical health optimization comes in. This step isn't just about exercise and nutrition. Anybody could do that. You could go to the school of YouTube, look up a program, and you could just go and do that, right? This holistic approach aligns your physical health with your mental and emotional well-being. I address the root cause of your fatigue, lack of energy, diving into the interconnectedness of your mind and body. You will experience a profound shift in how you feel physically, and also your mental clarity and your emotional resilience will thrive. This optimization isn't temporary. It's not a quick fix like a pill. It's about sustainable vitality, proving and providing you with stamina and robustness needed to thrive professionally and personally. We all have so much weight on our shoulders, and we need to be optimized to be able to show up on all levels. Now, I want you to imagine waking up refreshed, brimming with energy, and maintaining that vitality throughout the day. By optimizing your physical health in alignment with your mind and emotions, you will unlock a reservoir of stamina, mental clarity, which will empower you to conquer challenges and excel in every facet of your life. It isn't just about feeling better physically, it's about laying the groundwork for enduring success by ensuring that your physical vitality becomes an unwavering asset in your pursuit of professional and personal success. Step number 2, the self-love amplifier. Of course, it's saying self-love activation. Either way, it's awesome. Are you finding it challenging to cultivate a genuine sense of self-love and acceptance? The demands of your professional life have left you little room for nurturing your relationship with yourself. The lack of self-appreciation impedes your ability to tackle challenges or fully embrace life, all that life has to offer. The self-love amplifier is a transformative journey towards fostering deep, unconditionally loving relationship with yourself. But this isn't just about giving you fleeting affirmations on a surface level, but creating a lifelong commitment to nurturing and celebrating your evolving self. Imagine stepping into your power, armed with a newfound self-awareness, not rooted in your job or the money that you make or the material belongings that you have. This journey is about identifying weaknesses. It's about transcending them and shedding limitations that have held you back what might feel like most of your life. Through this process, you will emerge more resilient, embodying an authentic confidence that becomes the bedrock of your personal and professional growth. Owning your power and nurturing self-love is an ongoing commitment that fuels your continual growth. As your dedicated guide, I am here to lead you along the path, ensuring you embark on this transformative journey with clarity and purpose. I want you to envision awaking every morning filled with self-love, appreciation, ready to infuse every action with positivity and authenticity. The self-love amplifier will redefine your relationship with yourself and the world, setting you on a trajectory of boundless growth and fulfillment and empowering you to radiate that positivity in every aspect of your life. Step number 3, the relationship mastery code. Have you felt powerless in navigating your romantic journey? Trapped by the belief that attraction is beyond your control? Do you have a string of unsuccessful relationships in your past and you don't know how to change the trajectory to create a successful one? False beliefs may have you thinking that you lack free agency, that you're not able to control who you attract, fostering a sense of stagnation and frustration in your romantic pursuits. You hold the power, let me tell you, to shape your romantic life. And the relationship mastery code is the gateway to unlock that potential. Imagine gaining profound insight into your attraction patterns and unraveling the mysteries behind why you've been drawn to specific partners. Our program isn't just about discovering these roots and initiating transformative change and growth. I will define your relationship goals precisely. Ensure a clear vision of what you seek in a partnership so you can move forward feeling empowered. Effective communication forms the foundation of any enduring relationship. With the Relationship Mastery Code, you will master the art of expressing your desires and intentions authentically and clearly. No more uncertainty or misaligned expectations. This stuff paves the way for relationships built on trust and open, genuine dialogue. Yet this transcends merely attracting the right partner. It's about forging a lifelong bond anchored in happiness and connection. By delving into the intricacies of the Relationship Mastery Code, you will acquire the tools to construct a love that withstands the test of time. Oh my gosh, you guys. We're going to take a second and talk about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Okay, so this is the sexual freedom activation. And yes, that is a picture of me because I am proud of my sexuality. I own it. I am in my power, and there is no shame in this girl. Now, let's talk about how you can create that same confidence within yourself and activate your own sexuality and empower yourself. Have you felt constrained by societal taboos and restrictions when it comes to discussions about sexuality? Society's grip on open dialogue around sex might have stifled your exploration, leaving you longing for freedom and genuine expression. Your sexuality, a potent source of personal power, has been confined by societal misconceptions. It is time to break free from these chains, rewrite the narrative, and embrace an authentic exploration of your sexuality. Embark on a journey to dive deeply into your sexuality, to play and explore and expand in every direction that your desire takes you, free of shame, societal programming, and insecurities. It isn't just a fleeting experience, it's a lifelong commitment to embracing every facet of your genuine sexual self. I'm here to support your transformation in a completely confidential space. Together, we will unravel the societal programming that has shaped your beliefs, shedding light on fears, insecurities, trauma, or shame that might have hindered your sexual freedom. Now, this journey isn't just about shedding the old, but it's about boldly stepping into the new. By setting goals to broaden your understanding and experiences with your sexuality, you will open doors to new connections and experiences. I will be your guide, empowering you to unleash your true capabilities as a beautiful, empowered being. You will not only learn to embrace your sexual empowerment, but also create a space for yourself and your partners that fosters understanding, respect, and shared empowerment. This process is a transformative journey, embracing your authentic sexual self, fostering understanding, respect, and empowerment within yourself and your connections. Now that we're through that, because I know you guys probably took a deep breath when you saw that. But let's be real. Everybody in the world needs to be having more fun. Come on. I'll bet you if everybody was having more fun, there'd be less war on the planet. Now let's step into number 5, the spiritual expansion equation, after I have a drink. This is hydration stuff, just so you know. I just like drinking it in the beautiful glasses, because why not? Have you felt confined by rigid spiritual frameworks that dictate your worth and leave you feeling inadequate? I have. The notion of conforming to systems that impose restrictions or make you dependent on external intermediaries might have stifled your authentic spiritual journey. Spirituality should never be a constricting set of rules. It's a boundless canvas where you are the artist, free to create and explore without limitations. You possess an inherent connection to universal truth, wisdom, and power that resides within you, awaiting your discovery. I'm here to guide you in unlocking the doors to your inner sanctuary where intuition and profound knowledge reside. You'll learn to access universal truth, harness the energy surrounding you, and tap into your innate power. No longer will you feel like a passenger on somebody else's spiritual journey. Instead, you'll seize control and chart your own course. I'm here to equip you with the tools and the insights you need to awaken the dormant wisdom within you. Imagine spirituality, not a set of rigid rules, but a dynamic and personal journey that involves you. You're the one in power, not being told what to do. Taking command of your spirituality, you will experience profound empowerment, clarity, and deepened connection to the universe, fostering a sense of fulfillment and purpose that transcends any previous limitations. The abundance strategy. Are you a successful individual grappling with the persistent financial challenges, feeling blocked from reaching the pinnacle of prosperity? The hurdles you face might stem from unseen barriers and subconscious programming that hinder your financial growth and success. Together, we will gain clarity on emotional obstacles and subconscious patterns that have held you back from financial abundance. Identifying these barriers is the cornerstone upon which your path to abundance is built. I am here to guide you through unraveling complexities of your financial landscape. You'll gain a profound understanding of your current financial standing, pinpoint precisely what's been limiting your journey towards the abundance you desire. But that's just the beginning. Together, we will craft a vivid vision of your financial future, a detailed roadmap that propels you towards the abundance you seek. This vision becomes your guiding light, instilling unwavering determination in pursuing your aspirations. We will tap into the immense power of your subconscious mind, harnessing its potential to transform your financial dreams into tangible reality. Step number 7. Have you felt like you're living a life dictated by others' expectations, disconnected from your heart's true desires? I know exactly what that feels like. If you've been following a path that doesn't align with your true authentic self, it is time in 2024 to rewrite your story and reclaim ownership of your life. We embark together on a deeply transformative one-on-one journey, delving into every aspect of your life to create a new life plan centered around your happiness and authenticity. Imagine a life where your happiness serves as your guiding compass, where each step aligns with your soul's deepest calling. We'll explore every facet of your life, engaging in insightful conversations and empowering exercises to create a comprehensive plan that empowers you to move forward confidently and purposefully. We'll also uncover and dismantle the barriers that have hindered you from investing in a life that truly reflects your desires. As we dissolve these barriers, you will be liberated to step boldly into the future you have always envisioned. If you're ready to break free from conformity's chains and step into a life of your own design, this is your opportunity to create that vision for yourself. Don't let another moment slip by, living a life that doesn't honor your true essence. Join me together and we will co-create a life centered around your happiness and ultimate fulfillment. It is time to live a life that authentically reflects who you are at your core. Each part of this framework is powerful, but combined, they are unstoppable. This program doesn't just focus on one aspect of life. Our issues aren't friendly and tidy and only affect one part of our lives. You may not realize it, but the problems or issues that you may have had with your mom in the past can show up in your career and create issues with female authority figures. There is one more thing you must have. You could work with the best coach in the world, but if you don't understand how your mental operating system works, you're going to struggle at some point. Unresolved issues from your past, Trapped emotions and trauma will surface at the worst time possible and could create a mess that you can't undo. You see, your subconscious mind creates your reality. Your mind is a mental operating system, just like your computer and phone. Your brain works like this: 5% of your mind is your conscious mind, the part that is logic and reason. This is what you use to make daily decisions, like what you're going to eat and what you're going to do with your day. The other 95% is your subconscious mind, which controls all of your autonomic behavior systems and processes. The molecular structure of your food is being changed in your body by your subconscious mind. Your blood is kept at the same pH. The 72 trillion cells in your body are dying and being recreated as we speak. Every 7 years, you have a completely new body outside of your brain. Now, can you imagine controlling all of those systems and processes with your conscious mind? You wouldn't last very long, like literally a millisecond. Now, let's go back and look at this, you guys. Your subconscious mind is an iOS, an operating system that houses the programs just like a computer does. Now, some of these programs are good and could be positive and helpful, such as puppies are cute, spiders are gross. It's up to you to decide whether that's a good or a bad one. Ice cream is yummy. Think that's a good one. Hot things are hot. I think it's good because that keeps you safe, right? Now, some of these programs are very unsupportive and create autonomic responses that save your life and keep you safe. Now, that part is good. If you have programs that are protecting you against heights and heat and danger, those are good. However, there are some programs that are holding you back right now. Programs like, I'm not enough, everyone's out to get me, the world isn't safe, I don't trust anyone, men aren't safe, women are crazy and can't be trusted, women are all just gold diggers and looking for a free ride, all men want one thing. These programs create our reality and drive how you function in the world. They're driving you in a way that you might not even be aware of. Most importantly, these programs show up when you are triggered and they take control. Have you ever walked away from a situation and asked yourself, what the hell did I just do? You weren't in control. Your subconscious mind took control in the moment and did what it had to do based on your programs to keep you safe. You could have the best personality and intentions in the world, and then someone could come and attack you. You go into fight or flight, and then you say and do things that destroy your career, job, contract, friendships, relationships, and more. You gain your faculties back, and then you look and you turn around and go, there's just no recovering from that. There's no coming back. And of course, you end up saying to yourself, that wasn't me. I would never do that. But guess what? You did. You did do that. But you weren't consciously in control. If you want to avoid moments like this, there's one thing that you need more than anything else. Just like your phone or computer, your mind is an operating system that uploads and uses programs and apps, which must be updated regularly. If the system or the apps aren't updated, things will start glitching and not be working correctly. If you don't upgrade your system, you might be unable to upload the newest programs or apps because they were created for the new system. So you're missing out. Now, think about your mind for a second. It was created, and these programs were then implemented. Have you ever updated that system or the apps? Has anyone ever told you that your mind is an iOS that needs updating? If you didn't know this, then you've been running programs you created as a child, trying to adult, and possibly finding yourself making a mess and not knowing how to fix it. From what I've seen, in many cases, you're at war with your mind or dissociating from it. Would you do that to your phone? I mean, if it wasn't working, you would take it to the store and get it fixed or replaced. If you don't understand how it works, what options are you left with? You can use substances and run away from your mind, or you could learn how to work with it. I respect where you're coming from because at no point in our school system are we taught how our mind works. You have this incredibly brilliant mind, and yet you don't have a harmonious relationship with it, but you could, and update it regularly and keep it up to date with your current agenda. It could actually be a place that you enjoy spending time with. You might even want to call it your Garden of Eden one day. If you decide that you want to make a change with your conscious mind and you don't update your mental operating system, then you're going to struggle. The 5% that you're trying to overpower is, well, the 5% that you're using is trying to overpower 95%. It's a losing battle, and you can't overcome that. Not having control of your mental operating system is like building on a foundation of sand. Everything you try to build on that sand will sink into the ground and never be seen again. I hear so many people say to me, I have invested in books, workshops, seminars, teachers, coaches. I know so much stuff, and yet I'm no better off, and I don't know why. I can't implement those teachings that I've learned. It's a really good question, guys. Why is it that you can't integrate what you've been learning? Why aren't you better off as a result of all those books and seminars and workshops and everything? Nothing you consume is helping you build upwards because you have an outdated system that won't download the new programs or apps that you're trying to download. In other words, everything you're learning is sinking into the quicksand, never to be found again. We need to solidify the foundation. Update the iOS so it will download the new programs and apps. Then and only then will they be utilized to your benefit. Now, here are some reasons that my clients come to me. Let's see if you identify with some of these, okay? They come to me when they're in a dead-end job that is sucking the life out of their body, and they know they want something better for their life, but they just don't know what that is. They come to me when they've had one more failed romantic relationship and they're getting old enough that they're tired of the struggle and they want to meet their life partner and finally enjoy life with someone. They come to me when they're on stress leave and the universe has given them a break to pivot their whole life and create something better. They come to me when they're doing well in their career, but they realize that their past trauma pain, their past trauma and childhood pain is there and it's never going away. No matter how much success they create, the emptiness cannot be filled with money. They come to me when they look at their job and they realize they're wearing golden handcuffs. I couldn't find a picture of golden handcuffs. But they want to make a change and invest in themselves to create a life that makes them happy instead of feeling like they're a slave to make somebody else rich. They come to me when they're stuck in limiting beliefs and mindset blocks, and they're ready to overcome the internal battles holding them back from creating that feeling of inner peace. And they're done running away and they are ready to run into healing. They come to me when they're bottlenecked in their business and need to realize that there is something getting in their way. And it's not the business systems, tools, and processes that will fix this. They need to invest in themselves and do the internal work. They come to me when they've created success and they look around to find that there is nobody there to celebrate with. And they want to make a shift and develop relationships so they have people around them to enjoy life with. You either need help creating success, the dream that you have of keeping and maintaining that success. But really, in all reality, you might just be feeling stuck, whether it's in your personal or professional life, and you don't know the way out. This is what I want to help you create. I want to help you create a harmonious relationship with your mind and body. Become the master of your emotions. Create an unconditionally loving relationship with yourself, the most important relationship you will ever have. Have the internal worth, security, and love to create success that you desire in all aspects of your life and what you need to maintain it successfully. Have a sense of inner peace that can only be created with a holistic resolution, remembering who you are and knowing that your worth is not attached to anything that you make in this human life. Contrary to popular belief, the reality is that there's really only one thing holding you back, and that's education. It's time to step out of societal programming and learn a new way of being. No one has taught you until now that your mind is what you want to dive into and create an intimate relationship with. No one taught you that what you seek is within you. Other coaches are other coaches are loading their teachings onto you without checking to see if you have a solid foundation to support you in building upwards. I am here to serve you and see that you create results that you might not have even known that you wanted yet because you weren't given the space to ask yourself what you want and dream. If we're going to do that, the internal work needs to be done as you are being taught new things that will change your state and allow you to build upwards. And I want you to know that it's actually playing. It's so much fun when you do it with me. I will map this out because you don't go from 0 to 100 overnight. You go from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, to 20, to 40, to 80. Now, I've walked the expansion path for over a decade now, and I am still expanding. I will be doing so for the rest of my life. Now, what is a tiny thing that you could do right now? I want to give you something that's going to support you in this moment, a beautiful takeaway. Listen to yourself. Start listening to your internal dialogue. What are you saying about yourself? What are you saying about the people around you? What kinds of conversations are you having? What are you saying about your life, work, and daily activities? Are you loving yourself or are you hard on yourself? What are you saying about your life partner if you have one? Are you referring to them lovingly or are you calling them a ball and chain? What are you saying about the state of the world right now? Are you saying that the world is perfect the way that it is or that it's going to hell in a handbasket? What you think becomes your reality. The most minor thing that you can do right now is to observe yourself and start to work towards being loving towards yourself, being gentle with yourself. When you make mistakes, see everything as a learning opportunity, not a failure. Be gentle with yourself. And when you feel emotions, hold space for yourself to flow them. Work towards being loving and understanding with others. Look at things that you don't want and then change the narrative. Start thinking and discussing what it is that you want to create. Bathe in the story of an extraordinary life that you are creating for yourself. Practice showing up in the best way you know right now with love for yourself and others, and create a positive outlook, creating a bright future in front of you and seeing what happens, what opportunities show up for you. This path is so much easier to work when you have the journey planned for you and you have a loving guide to walk beside you on that path. With our help and guidance, you will find the right combination, balance, and direction that works best for you and your unique situation. You are a beautiful, brilliant mind that happens to be a divine being walking this human life on the same timeline as me, and the universe has chosen to unite us for your highest good. Remember, you create this reality. So something has called you out and brought you here right now. Now, whatever challenge you have in your life, we will tackle it together in the most holistic program you've ever walked through. This is not a cookie cutter program from other places where I just hand you the teachings and then run away laughing to the bank. I developed this program while in practice with my clients, supporting them in gaining resolution. Everything in this program is mine, one of a kind, and as proof of concept. You will never see anything like this anywhere because it's my baby. I created it. Now, let's take a look at some more clients that I've worked with. This beautiful, beautiful man that I had a blessing to work with is phenomenally wealthy. He's bought and sold many, many companies, and he was holding on to trauma from his childhood that he had never dealt with. And even though he was vastly successful, he was unhappy because of the burden of the trauma. Now, he wasn't necessarily completely aware of how unhappy he was until he had his first session with me. And out of nowhere, he felt safe to release that trauma. And then he was sitting on the couch in the evening with his wife. And she felt the shift. She knew what was going on. And she was like, "Why? Why are you so happy all of a sudden? What is going on with this massive shift? Like, I don't understand." And he was like, "Well, I had this session with an executive coach. And I actually released trauma that I've been holding on to for 50 years that I hadn't even told you about." And for the first time, I realized how miserable that trauma was making me, carrying it for 50 years. And he actually said to me that I had a more significant impact on him than anyone he's ever worked with in the 72 years he's been alive, including a psychologist that he hired for $500 an hour. I'm honored to receive such a phenomenal compliment. I feel blessed to have gotten this message from him and blessed to be able to share it with you. Now, this next amazing person, Larry, he's also a business coach. And he showed up to work with me being a little bit more logical and hadn't dove into the world of the subconscious mind, understanding how his programming was potentially hindering him. And it was really, really beautiful in the work that we did together because I had a massive impact on his life, helping him understand how this programming, these paradigm shifts that he was making was actually creating a positive impact in his life and created powerful shifts. And it impacted the way that he then started to work with businesses and professionals, understanding that the wiring of the neural pathways, the programming, the mental operating system, learning how to work with it as an asset allows for you to be able to create things with much greater ease and grace. And it was such a blessing to be able to spend time with another coach that was actually able to learn from me. We learned from each other. Now, this next beautiful, beautiful goddess came to me from TikTok, believe it or not. And she was deeply insecure, constantly explaining herself to people, constantly justifying herself. She had no boundaries. She was showing up for everybody and running herself into the ground. I helped her to be able to claim her power and create boundaries and create a life in service of herself. She's now just about to publish a book sharing her story, which you'll just have to look up and read. If you want the details, message me and I'll tell you her name and you can look her up, her full name. She is a powerhouse, and I'm so incredibly blessed to be able to help her to own her confidence and to create healthy boundaries and to not only put her in a place where she was able to reconcile her past trauma, but she's so confident that she's sharing it with the world. I don't know how many of you would be willing to put your childhood trauma in a book and sell it, but that's a brave thing to do. And I'm so proud of her for doing so. Now, just to recap, I introduced myself. I told you who I work with. I shared the stories of a few of my amazing clients. I went through my program, the Energy Integration System. We also talked about the mental operating system, how it works, and how to create a harmonious relationship with your mind so that you can update it regularly and keep it up to date with your current agenda. I shared a few reasons why clients have actually come to work with me. More than anything, the commonality is that they are hurting, lost, done, desire change, and they just don't know the way out. We explored what life could look like on the other side if you create a relationship with your mind and body. I shared how you can update your mental operating system and keep it up to date with your current agenda. Now, imagine what life could look like if you walked a path to fulfill your purpose and create a life that really, really makes your soul sing. She's pointing in the wrong direction. What are you doing, girl? That is so funny. This program is right for anyone who wants to step up and change their lives. The only people this program doesn't apply for is someone who is happy in their misery. You know, those people who just want to bitch, whine, and complain about everything. And when you offer them a solution, they just reject it. I'm going to tell you right now, if you just want to bitch, whine, and complain to get attention, and you have no intention of doing anything to change your situation, this program is not at all for you. I can't help someone who's not willing to step up and invest in themselves. I can't care about you more than you care about yourself. I am here with unconditional love, and I've got the path to guide you. But you've got to say yes and show up and do the work and integrate it into your life. I created this program to give you holistic long-term resolution. I don't want you to have to buy 4, 6, 8, or however many separate programs to learn these things that you need that I've put all together in one program. I've worked for the last decade with clients in the treatment room, creating a holistic program that gives you everything that you need in one place so that you can expand on all levels and be set on the right path to expand for the rest of your life. Now, you could try to implement what I've talked about on your own now that you've seen the blueprint of my program. However, my program is an culmination. My program is an accumulation of 44 years of life experience and 10 years in the treatment room with my clients. 44 years of life experience and 10 years in the treatment room, guys. Not exactly something that you can just go ahead and implement with ease because there's a lot that's gone into it. You don't know what you don't know, and you can't reverse engineer this from the outside. You don't see the whole picture because I've done this with clients hundreds of times. You've got to come in and look at the inner workings of this. Now, you're not just getting a program when you invest in yourself. You're also getting to tap into my intellectual property, which I use in the one-on-one program that I work with you. This is why I created the energy integration system. I work with you and support you in creating lasting resolution by getting to the root of what is creating the current reality you are experiencing, and most importantly, to teach you how your mental operating system works. I've seen many practitioners work with people over the last decade, and they keep the knowledge and the power to themselves, which forces the client to keep coming to them over and over again to resolve their issues. If you work with a coach like this, the core issues won't be resolved, and they won't teach you how to update your mental operating system and create independence. So what do you do when the next issue comes up? Open your wallet and go back to them and get more support so you can resolve the current issue you're dealing with, because they didn't give you the power. There is no other program that does this. I'm the only practitioner who understands how the mental operating system works and is handing the keys to the castle to you. I'm here to point out that other coaches and practitioners who are just loading teachings onto you, creating short-term change and fixing one present day issue at a time are unethical and are taking advantage of you and want to keep the keys to the castle. Now, this isn't every single one of them. I understand that some are just regurgitating teachings and they don't necessarily understand that they're being unethical. However, whether they realize what they're doing or not, you're not getting the power and the answers that you need for long-term resolution. There is no other program that is going to teach you the foundations of optimizing your physical health through self-communication so you don't have to follow cookie-cutter diets made for the masses, that will teach you how to walk a path to create an unconditionally loving relationship with yourself, that will teach you the foundation of creating healthy relationships in all aspects of your life so you can thrive, that will teach you how to reclaim your sexuality and potency and claim the pleasure and success you desire simultaneously, and will help you discover your life purpose and create inner peace and allow you to navigate this life with more ease and grace. Now, let's take a look at what the program essentially is and how it works. You're going to get one-on-one sessions with me. You're going to have access to the EIS program course content. You're going to have access to my intellectual program, my intellectual property, which I've developed over 10 years working with clients and 44 years of living my life. You're also going to get access to my group coaching so that you can join a tribe of people who are like-minded and will support you. You will also, unlike other programs, get access to me on demand as life is happening and you need support. Now, if I hook you up to my brain, you could download everything. I would totally do it. But unfortunately, technology hasn't developed enough so I can just give you the download and send you a bill. So we're going to have to carve out a little bit of time. I'm also not here to throw teachings and frameworks at you and then just walk away because it's unethical and it's not going to help you. When you graduate from my program, you will have resolution on your own. You will have the ability to own your power and be set up for success moving forward with everything you need to keep expanding for the rest of your life. Each strategy that you learn is worth the entire investment on its own or more. Learning how to master your mental operating system and how to update your programs, matching your agenda as you grow is, how do you even say it? But it is absolutely, there's no way you could put a price on that. Of course, I have to. This program will empower you in ways that will help you to thrive in every arena of your life. Understanding the foundational principles of cherry-picking lovers, friends, colleagues, and employees. Every single client that has worked with me over the last decade has had their whole reality changed. They come to me heartbroken, wanting a better career, hating their job, wanting to quit, dreaming of owning their business, having conflict with their employees, not knowing how to get them to do what they want so their business can thrive, and so much more. Everyone comes to me thinking that their life would be better if I just fix the current issue that they're dealing with. And then ultimately, I help them understand that there's a much bigger picture that needs to be seen, and I help them step back and really look at the whole thing. When you look at all aspects of yourself, your mind, your body, your beautiful soul, when you honor all aspects of your life, your physical vessel, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others, your sexuality, your spirituality, your relationship with abundance, truly, for the first time, you can see the whole picture. You can now make changes needed to create lasting inner peace that will never be created by making one tiny little change based on a current pain point. So every client I have ever worked with has chosen to step out of the matrix they live in, and that has willingly kept them running on a hamster wheel, putting out constant fires, never really seeing the whole picture. They have taken so many steps back, had the opportunity to see the entire print, and have been guided to walk a path to redesign their whole life And I'm telling you, because they've done that, that's made them the 1%. Now, this is the beautiful client who came to me that was struggling in his romantic relationship. He is a beautiful person. Now, he was struggling with the communication aspect, and I was able to bring the two of them together and to help them understand each other and each other's communication styles and help them to create a plan that would unify them moving forward. And then when they were done with me, they decided to book a flight to Mexico one way. And the two of them have been traveling the world together ever since. And they now have a foundation to see their romantic relationship thrive. This beautiful soul, this beautiful, beautiful soul came to me. And I remember him being so shut down. He'd been single for like 5 years and he just had decided that it was better to be alone. How many of you have decided that because it's just too difficult? And in doing the work with me, we opened him up again. And he actually had a beautiful goddess from his past reach out to him. And she was like, I know you've been doing some work. Things have shifted. What's going on with you? And they got together just before the lockdown. And they ended up living together through the lockdown and formed a beautiful relationship. They obviously stayed living together because they were living together through the lockdown. And he's changed his career, and his whole world now is Technicolor. And he's got a bright, bright future in front of him. Seeing somebody that had given up then become somebody who was excited about life was just the most beautiful thing. And I now get to say that I have a lifelong relationship with this beautiful man from Zimbabwe, of all places, a unique, rare gem. This amazing goddess is another person who was struggling in her relationship, engaged to be married, not knowing if she should actually follow through with getting married because they were struggling with challenges that she knew would be their demise if they didn't resolve it. So she didn't know if she wanted to move forward with getting married in the first place. And I'm really glad that she decided to follow through with working with me and was able to really understand that she needed to release expectations on this person and not expect her to be as the same as her. That the two of them are their own unique, separate beings and that they are opposites. And it's beautiful and it's perfect the way that it is. And when she understood her mental operating system and how the mental operating system of her partner worked, they were able to actually release expectations and be free and enjoy each other and accept that each other is perfect the way that they are. And they have a beautiful, beautiful relationship together and they're thriving together. Every single day that passes, the more you stay stuck on the hamster wheel of self-sabotage, the more you will become less confident, losing faith that things will ever change, and keep wasting your time, energy, and money into an unhealthy lifestyle that you don't enjoy. The more you waste time and money on self-paced courses, fad diets, unethical coaches, books, workshops, webinars, and teachings that will disappear into the quicksand and never be seen again, the further you are getting away from your goals. Think about it. How much is this costing you? Do you want to leave this life, this physical vessel, and discover what you were supposed to be here on this planet for, and be left saying, I lost the game. I didn't figure it out. Nobody clued me in. Or do you want to be on the other side going, I figured it out and I did it. I freaking nailed it. This is another amazing, amazing client of mine that I worked with. And it was really beautiful because I actually just did a case study interview with her because I just finished working with her. And one of the most profound things that she said to me was that when she started working with me, she'd been working with me for a little bit, and she ended up experiencing an emotion that she hadn't felt in a really long time. And it scared her, you guys. And it scared her because she hadn't felt it in so long. Do you know what that emotion was? Joy. Joy. She was unhappy for so long. She had not experienced joy in like 50 years. And then one day it came back and it stayed. And that woman wakes up every day in joy. If you want to hear her story, go to my YouTube channel and look up Paula Judith Johnson. Teresa's her name, but her writer name is Paula Judith Johnson. You can watch the interview on YouTube. It's so beautiful. I feel so blessed to have been able to hold space for this woman to thrive. She is a powerhouse, and she's now made more money in 1 year in business than she did in 25 years in business that she was running before, as a result of working with me and learning to stand in her power. Like I said, go watch the case study. It's powerful. I want you to be my next success story. I'm here to flood the earth with love. That is truly my life's purpose. I will do that by working with you and teaching you how to create a life that makes your soul sing. You become a lighthouse shining your beautiful light for the world, and you will guide others who will want to do the same. As a result, through the butterfly effect, this earth will be flooded with love. Let's do this together. I can't do it alone. Imagine how different life could look like 12 weeks, 6 months, 12 months from now, the end of 2024. The year's just getting started. It's the perfect time to bring a cheerleader into your life, to walk the path. What could life look like if you had created a beautiful, harmonious relationship with your mind and body? You made your mind a Garden of Eden that you love playing in. You've learned how to update your mental operating system to keep it up to date with your current agenda. You know your life purpose, and you've created inner peace knowing what it is so that you can float through this human existence with more ease and grace. You've released your attachment to your career, money, success, house, car as your sense of self-worth. You're walking a path to fulfill your own soul's purpose, which is a life in service of others the way that only you can. A life that makes your soul sing. I'm not here to pitch you on anything, guys. I'm not gonna give you pricing and all the rest of that. And if you call me within 24 hours, or if you book it within 24 hours or 48 hours, blah, blah, I'm not gonna play that game. If you saw this and you feel your soul singing, if you feel called, book a free call with me. It's as simple as that. It's all you have to do, okay? I'm going to put up the QR code. There it is. Scan it. If you feel called to have a conversation with me, to find out more, to tell me your story, book a free call. No pressure. If it feels right, we'll move forward. If it doesn't, we won't. I'm here only to work with people who want to show up and do the work, who want to invest in themselves, who want to be here. So I'm not going to play sales games where I'm going to create scarcity and timelines and all these other things that people do, because I'm not here to play unethically and push you into something that you don't want to do. I only want to work with those people who are cognizant, aware, and aren't feeling pressure to do something, because this is your life and you have every right to choose to be happy or miserable. Completely up to you. It's your life. And the only one who's affected by those choices is you. And unfortunately, the people in your orbit. If you're miserable, they'll be affected as well. But it's up to you. And I just want you to know that I'm here to serve. That's why I'm here. And if you show up and you want to play with me, I am going to serve you with unconditional love. I will be your biggest cheerleader. I will see you so much greater than you see yourself and help you eventually see yourself in that same light. So, no pressure, no scarcity, no hypnotic selling techniques, no unethical BS. Just book a call if it feels right. It's as simple as that. I hope you guys are having a beautiful night. And I want to let you know that I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope to get on a call with those of you who feel so inspired to make 2024 your best year yet and want to rock this year. If that's you, scan the QR code. If it's not, it's all good. It's perfect and beautiful the way that it is. Hola, thanks. Fabian says, thank you. Thank you so much for coming in and saying hello. Somebody said, thank you so much for the inspiration. That's really beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, somebody messaged. That's really awesome. Thank you so much for the comments, you guys, and the messages. I really appreciate you coming in and saying hello to me. If anybody has any questions before I leave, you can put your question in the comments, and I'm absolutely happy to answer your questions. If there aren't any questions, then you're more than welcome to watch this later. I know that there's some of you who are going to be watching this live, and there's some of you who are going to be watching afterwards. If you're watching this after I'm live, you can message in the comments with your questions, and I absolutely monitor my social media, and everybody knows that you get purple hearts and responses whenever you comment to my stuff. So you can absolutely ask me a question after I'm live, and I will get back to you, okay? So I hope you guys all have an absolutely beautiful night, and I hope to be chatting with you soon. Bye, guys.